JCDC in the AZ. We have our materials to start our porch out front of the fifth wheel. I've done some damage by shoveling out rock and gravel and dirt to make a path for the cement pavers. And so I am now prepping these boards. Oh, nice little bee. And putting a stain and a finish on them. It's a one-time coat thing. Nice and dark and brown. And it takes me about a good 30 minutes per board, per side. Having fun.
Okay, so you can see we're laying the pavers down. We started with our center line, got our first two pavers in, progressed out to the corners, make sure you can see the level in there, make sure everything's level. Everything's going great till we get the Goose in there trying to help. You know, she found the cool spot. So we get her out, make sure everything's level again in the front and the sides. And there's our finished product. So we're good and level for the base, ready to rock and roll on getting the boards cut and set up. But now we've got a good solid base. A little caterpillar came by, so we thought we'd add him into the shot.
All right, JCDC and the AZ here, getting ready to build a porch. Setting up equipment for the miter saw. What is it a saw? What saw is it?
Compound sliding miter.
That's it, compound miting slider. So basically we spent most of yesterday leveling and putting in the pavers where the porch will rest. Notice that we've been using a dog ramp to get the puppies up into the trailer as it sits about 4 feet up. Has a nice sloping grade of rocks so the water gets away from it. But we're ready to make it a little bit more easier for these old puppies to get up and in. All right. And there we go. Okay, so we're putting together a table that we could put the miter saw on. And Dave has a lot of tables for his office. And it's been stored in the garage. So we're just going to go ahead and use...
This is the old bunkhouse kit.
Yeah. Huh. Whatever you could find. All right. Hey, Goose. How many balls you got in your mouth? 3? All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get the boards and start evaluating boards. Okay, so here we're doing all of our cuts for all the base pieces. Basically the 2x8s. Measuring everything out. You know, the old adage, measure twice, cut once. Julie's touching up some of the ends of the pieces that I cut, so we've got some stain and water seal on every edge of the boards. So right now we've got the, yep, there's the Gooser in the background. So we've got the Goose there overseeing everything and making sure we measure twice, cut once. Just a bit of cutting. Cutting. Staining, cutting, staining, cutting, staining. Did a lot of cutting, so the thing could basically just go together. So here we are laying everything out, making sure our measure twice worked, got all the angles squared up, making sure everything's level. We used some 3-inch deck screws to put this all together. So I've got my framing square and my speed square in there, making sure everything is all good and tight, and laying on our good stable concrete paver base there. And there we go. Now we're doing the inside edges. Brought out the awning there because it started getting a little bit warm that day. Yeah. So we need a little bit of shade on top of our hats. You notice Julie's wearing the Bahamas hat. We spent our 20th anniversary in the Bahamas, so we bought that fedora there. And there you go. Okay, so we got the base done. Got all the blocking in, so I got 2 on the sides. I put 4 in the front because of the span. It's roughly 5 by 10, I believe it is. Roughly, a little shorter than that. So now I'm going to put the decking on there, and we'll see what she looks like. Stay tuned. Okay, so here you can see the second step being created. We got the box frame the same way we did all the other ones. And we used a composite decking, a man-made material here for the decking so it would withstand the sun and the weather. And built it basically the same as the first step. You can see got the clamps in there holding things together. So here's another shot doing the third tier. Got those clamps in there holding all the decking good and tight. Got some good angle cuts in there so everything's fitting really nice. We ended up using 2x8s as the risers so that we got the good, it's a little bit high, but it's okay for a step, I think, to make us get a good step up into the trailer there.
Okay, so although the puppies had no problem getting down these steps, the older ones still struggled to get up. So we just reincorporated the ramp back in, and it's easier for them because it has less of an angle at this point. They fly up it and down, no problems. We really like how the steps are working out because we can go up and down from anywhere, from the front, from the sides. It's so much easier than any kind of normal stepping that the RV would have. Thoroughly enjoyed.
So here you can see the Mayan pyramid of steps gets us right up into the trailer. We've got the Goose on top there for perspective, our gray Goose. And we liked how it turned out. The stain turned out really nice along with that decking color, and we hope it'll last for many years to come.